Hi guys, welcome to Approved Detailing. Today we're going to talk about vinyl colour change. However, we at Approved, we're a completely transparent company, so in advance before the video, I do want to apologise for the organised chaos, a little bit of a mess if you just see behind us here. See behind you? Because as you guys know, we are doing construction to build our purpose-built detailing facility at the moment. So the long and short of the story is that this week and maybe a bit of next week, we've actually lost access to our wash bays. And as of tonight, we're also going to lose access to this area as well. So any cars that are in here are unfortunately trapped until next week, because there is a big mess outside. But you should check out our other Approved weekly videos so you can see what's going on out there as well. Anyhow, on to these two cars. So as you guys know, we are really, we're probably mainly known, especially me, myself in the industry, known for paint protection film and not vinyl. However, we can do vinyl, and for some reason in recent times, we've done quite a lot of vinyl. So it's a little bit of a different process because it's a dry process and there's heat involved, versus paint protection film, which is a wet process. So see here, we now are stood between a Tesla Model 3, which is one of the new shapes, 2024 models, so that's exciting, because we weren't expecting it to actually turn up but more on that in a minute. And then RS6, which we are making from white to a satin black. So first, let's have a chat about this RS6. Very, very nice RS6. As you can see, the paint is white. To be honest with you, a white RS6 to me is boring, because if you see it on the road, unless you know what an RS6 is, you're definitely not going to think that this is the high-powered, cool dad car as I describe it, to be honest. So that's why we decided that we're going to make this a satin black. Hopefully the new owner of this car will absolutely love it as well. Just make it kind of a little bit of a mean stealth mode. Hi King, how are you?
Yeah, Mom, I'm good.
What are you doing here?
Wrapping Audi in sorry.
We're laughing because of course this isn't always live what we do, although we try to make it kind of as straightforward as it is without too much editing. King just called this a Volkswagen, which is not an easy mistake to make, but when you work with so many cars and you have other cars in your mind, we'll forgive you for that. So can you explain the difference between paint protection film and vinyl when you're installing it?
The paint protection, Mom, we need the water to install it. But this one, we need to clean it and a little bit polish. So you can install it without water. Yeah,
so it's a heat process, right?
Yeah, heat process, Mom.
So with traditional vinyl versus paint protection film, it's easier to, you know, put it in the nooks and crannies and the crevices of like door sills and stuff like this. However, whilst on that subject, actually, a new thing in the market, and I say a new thing because I'd say maybe the last 2 or 3 years it's become more popular, you can now actually get coloured paint protection film. So that's cool versus traditional vinyl. In fact, let me be back in a minute. I'm just going to get some samples to show you. Thank you for your patience, back at it. So what I have in my hand here, it might look immediately when you first see it like it's the same material, but actually one is a traditional vinyl and one is a paint protection film, but they're both black in colour. So traditional vinyl, if it's gloss that is, you can see that you can just kind of tell it's a material on a car. So when you wrap the car, you don't want on the road people to think, oh, it's the wrap. But if you get paint protection film, which is new to the market, if you just see the finish is a lot nicer. So when it's on the car, don't know how well you can see on camera, but I promise in real life it looks good. And these are samples, so they aren't the best condition. You'll see this will look more like a paint finish than a vinyl wrap. So what I was saying with regards to coloured paint protection film is it looks very, very nice on the car and it looks realistic like you've painted the car. However, traditional paint protection film where it's a wet process, it's not really built to go around corners or in door sills or in tight pieces. That's why usually if you're PPFing a car with traditional clear PPF, you would get like a little cut off here because the PPF is not really built to go around the corner. But when it comes to coloured PPF, of course you can't do this because you need to do full coverage on the car. Anyway, back to the vinyl, which is the whole point, because I'm going off on a tangent because I get so passionate about these things. These two cars here, we haven't chosen traditional gloss vinyl because of the finish. We've actually chosen a satin finish, which helps it look a lot more realistic. So although it's a traditional vinyl, which is good for like, putting the actual color inside all of the gaps and nooks and crannies and edges. So moving on to the Model 3, which is super exciting because it is the new shape 2024 model. Actually, a funny story with the owner of this car is that he didn't know he was getting the 2024. When he booked it, he was getting the previous model, the 2023. So we spoke about a whole design for the car because he always wanted this kind of color, but we also spoke about dreamlines and everything for the interior to kind of match the exterior. Then when the car came, he was told he was getting kind of a new model, but we kind of didn't really take that into consideration. And we've realized what's turned up is not what we were expecting. So then on the interior, which I'll show you, if you just come over this side. So this is the new interior, which I think looks very, very nice actually. Well done to Tesla, because you always think when you get a new model, that how different can it really look? Well, this looks pretty different to me. You kind of get this new kind of interior. Now the customer thought or told me he was getting like a piano black, but instead you've got this material, hence why I can't stick any vinyl anywhere. I think as well, one of the new things about this car, and I'm not a Tesla expert, but there we go, is that you now have a new screen in the back as well. So back to kind of our title of our video, which is about vinyl and color changes and stuff like this. I want to draw your attention to the door sills. So when you get a quotation for vinyl, a lot of people don't realize that the door sills aren't necessarily included in the price. Now for me, although we have to take this into consideration, I think, how can you do a wrap on the exterior of the car? You open the door up and then straight away you see, oh, the car is wrapped. Why would you do that? You want to make it look as good as possible, and that's why it's important going back to the type of material you choose as well. So I will invite you over to see how our guys have kind of seamlessly wrapped the inner door sill there as well. And then I will invite you over as well, if I just come the other side of the door and you stay there. Because it is wrapped, it isn't possible to wrap everything because of course you can't wrap the hinges particularly. I think the door's as wide as it can open. So this area, something as complex as a door hinge, or say under the bonnet for example, you will see areas of the original colour of the car, so you can't cover everything. But it's just to let you know that we do go as far as possible to cover this up as best we can. And for the wing mirrors, we decided to give this a little bit of a detail and make them black actually. So what we've used on this, there's kind of two options. On this one, we've used black PPF just because where we have black as a color, we often have that in stock. So we just use a small piece for this. Or to make it better as well, if you don't have black PPF to hand, you could put a black vinyl and then traditional clear PPF over the top. This will kind of get rid of that kind of traditional orange peely look that you get of vinyl wrap. So that's obviously an option as well. So I know we filmed in our last video about here, but actually there's quite a lot of difference since even then. Now, I'm not a builder, I'm not a contractor, don't get me wrong, so I'm not going to use the correct terminology. However, we have basically all the concrete's been filled in, the ground's been filled in. We start to have like the walls, so really you can really start seeing the place taking shape. One day soon, I promise I'll take you through the whole plans of our shop as well, the actual blueprints as such. But if we go over here and just get a better angle, I know it's really difficult from the ground level, but this basically is an L shape. So where we're standing right now will be the exit, well, the pedestrian entrance, and then a little bit up here will be the exit for the vehicles. So very exciting. Let's update you soon on that. So for me, I'm so passionate about these things. I could go on for hours about different PPF, different material, different vinyl, this, that, the other.
Hi. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I have your water.
Oh my God, Elias.
Yes.
It's the end of Halloween.
Oh no.
Someone take this. Hang on. Take this.
Yeah, Halloween
Ready?
is done.
I have to tell you something.
Yes, please.
You have to lose the hair.
No, no, please.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
please. This
yeah.
is all I got. This is all I have. No, no, no. Where will I get hair from? Oh, no. How will I grow the hair then?
No hair until next year.
This is so bad.
And on that note, please remember to like, share, subscribe. Please let us know if you have any questions about vinyl, about PPF, about coloured PPF, and about Elias's hair if you want as well.
Yeah, for real. Bye.
See you next time.
See you
Bye.
next time. Bye.